Good evening, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Wind Down Fridays. Well, give us a hug. I'm your girl, Author Erica, and I have my fabulous co-host with me, Author Kim, today. Today we're on our final stress with Feminine Expression month of June. So we're on our last day, ladies. I hope y'all been really enjoying the show because it have been great information that's put out there for us women in the bed and outside of the bed. And we have our good sister from another mother on the show today with us.
Miss Yhanna.
So thanks for
Yay.
being on the show with us, and
Yes.
thanks for sharing information and just putting it out there for all our ladies out there tonight. So we giving you the flow.
Yes.
Yeah, look, I've had a great time with you guys. This has been a wonderful conversation. When we're talking about feminist expression and tapping into our sexual energy, pleasure in and out of the bedroom, right? And so this has been really just wonderful talking to women about their sexual energy and how to use it and what does it mean, you know? And the last show, we really went a little deep and we were talking about the energy centers. We really opened up one of the biggest energy centers that's just most important for us when we're talking about owning our pleasure, and that is throat, the throat chakra, right? This energy center right here, baby, this is everything.
Yeah.
Being able to ask for what we want, right?
Mhm.
How we
Mhm.
want it, when we want it, being able to listen authentically to ourselves,
Mhm.
right? But when there's a constriction, when there's a block in that area, then we're not necessarily speaking our truth, right? And so this is all about being able to clear out whatever it is that's blocking us so that we can be boisterous enough to say what we want and ask for what it is that we want. Right. So I gave you guys we ran through some of the chakras, some of the energy centers. There's 7 major ones, but we hit just a couple of them. And for me, the most important, just to recap a little bit, the most important of all the 7 energy centers is the throat, it's
Mhm.
our heart, and it's
Mhm.
also our yoni, meaning also our vulva, our vagina, right? Because when my vagina is open, then my heart is open. And then when my heart is open, I'm in this space and place where I'm able to listen to what it is that I need and what I want. I'm able to, that energy is able to come up and come out of my voice. And I'm able to say things in a way where it's respectful, it's healing, but I'm being authentic, right? With my full, free self expression.
Yes.
And so last week we did the yes meditation. Remember that, ladies?
Yes.
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 And so what we talked about when we talk about this energy, this sexual energy, this life force energy that lives within our bodies, right? This energy has always been with us. We're born with this energy. But to be able to consciously tap into this energy and to use this life force energy, aka sexual energy, we get to use it for a more refined purpose when we're able to consciously tap into this energy. It's so powerful. Just like we learned about plugging in the extension cord or the cord into the wall and turn on the switch and the lights turn on, if we plug into ourselves, tap into consciously our life force energy, all kind of stuff get turned on,
Yes.
right? Now it's obvious, of course, is sexual energy, but it's not necessarily or only derived by having sex. Ain't nothing wrong with sex, don't get me wrong, right? But
Right.
I'm telling you, you can take this very same pleasure that you get from an orgasm
Mhm.
and redirect it through your body for a greater purpose, for creativity, right? For healing,
Mhm.
right? For connection with others. OMG. Ladies, you're tapping into a power that is not necessarily known to a lot of people. It's in us, but we're not aware of it. So anyway, we're talking about the energy. We talked about aroused energy and we talked about subtle energy, right? And so the energy, so what we were doing was kind of a slow building of an arousal energy, moving that energy again to open up the energy center that was our throat, right? And so that practice was saying yes, right? And I mean, saying yes, not just yes, no, yes, 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 yes. Remember, we really got into it, right?
Yes.
Really got into it. And I loved it. I loved it. Kim, we couldn't stop Kim. We were like, Kim, stop. Oh, that she was
Right.
all over the place. You know? And then, and so Kim, you represent one set of our, of our women, right? Is very comfortable and natural, and I could do yes, hell to the hell yes.
Right.
And then Erica struggled just a little bit, and again, I appreciate your authentic self and saying, hey, this is something that I don't really do this too often. This is really a first time that I'm able to really tap into this place and space, but you still was able to do it.
Right.
And no matter where you are on life's journey, this is a practice that if you are intentional about owning your pleasure, if you are intentional about your personal growth, if you are intentional about wanting to connect with other people, if you are intentional about making a shift from a limited mindset, right, to a more broader and open mindset, this is a practice that you can do. No matter how comfortable or uncomfortable you are, all you have to do is go in with an intention, meaning I there's got to be more than life than this, and I'm going to do whatever I need to do to get that way. So be comfortable with being uncomfortable. And so now this is where I want to check in with you guys, because I don't know if we said this at the end of the show. I couldn't remember, but I gave the ladies homework.
Yes.
I gave the ladies homework. And so I want to know from you all about your homework practice. How was it? How often did you do it? What showed up for you, and be truthful,
Yep.
So whoever wants to start.
Go ahead, Erica.
Go ahead, Erica. Why? Because I like to talk. Well, I did it twice. And for me, it was more of not in the bed. It was more on outside of the bed. As far as I may say yes and don't own my yes, but doing the practice and learning what I learned, that I need to say yes and mean that's what I wanted. So for me, mine's more of, I haven't did the bed yet, but more of the own taking it outside of the bed and using it as far as my personal growth, as saying yes and owning my yes and demanding that's what I want. So that's where it have really helped me of staying on my toes and saying that yes, I want this and this is what I want and this is what I'm not going to accept.
I'm proud of you.
How was the practice for you when you did it?
At first, in the beginning, it was a struggle. As you know, it was a struggle because that's something that I didn't do, because I'm the type in the bed, I'm kind of quiet because I don't want all that noise. Shut your mouth and let me enjoy the moment. But just the whole breathing and just yes, like it's just, me step out of that box. That box that I was in, like that comfortable space. And in life, you have to get uncomfortable to be comfortable, if that makes sense. So it was good for me, as learning something new to do and experience.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you so much for sharing that. Do you think that, and so you did it twice, correct?
Yes.
Awesome. Do you think that it's something that you would be able to continue?
Yes, I think it will, because for me, it started not so, I think more of my um owning my yeses more outside of the bed, as far as being Erica who she are, and just owning everything and saying what I want and what I expect. So that's where it starts at for me, more or less, because sometimes it's for me it's like I might say yes but really don't express of how I feel and what I want. So outside of that, that really helps me to own and mean what I say and expect that back in return. So yeah, it's for me is more of the whole personal thing for me.
I really appreciate your honesty and being authentic, especially in the last show when you shared how the stigma that's
Yes.
put on plus size women,
Yes.
right? Like, we're only viewed this way, and we should only do this, and we have to express ourselves in other ways.
Right.
And it's always like we made some guys make us as plus size women feel ashamed sometimes, because I actually had a boyfriend. I wouldn't take my clothes off. Like, he made me play strip poker. Like, we played cards, and he was like, "You gotta be uncomfortable because I'm your dude. Like, you supposed to feel comfortable just being undressed in front of me." I was like, "But I'm thick and this," and he was like, "I don't give a damn. Like, you my girl. Whether you got a roll here or love, I love it all." But if that was one thing outside of my box, because as a plus size girl, you always made to feel a certain way, or you fat and you're not worth this, or you not worth this kind of love, or you not worth this in the bedroom. You only supposed to we just supposed to fuck, and that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's how they make, as a plus size girl, that's how you feel.
Right. That narrative.
Yeah.
Up
And
that
breaking that,
narrative
like,
that we can't escape. It's really hard to shake that narrative, because then we start believing that narrative to be true about it. And it shows up in the way we walk and the way we talk and how we
yes,
interact with people. And once we brush it off and shake it off and shift our mindset, now it's time to own it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you move from saying stuff like, I'm a plus size girl, to I'm thickalicious.
Right.
I'm delicious.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
You get that confident. That confident kicks in. That, damn, I am beautiful. I'm cute. A little roll here, I'm beautiful. So all it just those things, like, but as most plus size girls are not open to that. And I
Yeah.
mean, we have to be open, but it's still some negative dudes that's out here still look at size girls as they stink. But let's change the narrative, because we are beautiful at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So it was some boxes and hurdles that I really have experienced as dating and doing different things. Like I said, my boyfriend, he was like, you gotta take off this, and you gotta take, like, I'm like, dude, like, I feel so uncomfortable. But he was like, I'm your dude, like, are you supposed to feel comfortable? But it was the way I was made feel as a plus size girl when we talking about sex, and being in the bed.
So how was that? Did you take it all off in front of him?
Yes, it was horrible, but he was like persistent about it. Like 2 times out the week we was playing strip poker. So I would put on boo-boo clothes and he'll get mad. I was like, girl, you know you'll sleep like that.
Come
But
to
it
bed
was
with
the
some boots on and a winter coat.
yeah. Knowing it's just for me a shirt and some drawers and my socks. And it's done. But, as the time we was together 6 years, it was like cool then, but it was the comfortable. So that was like just a journey that was one thing that I was outside of the box of doing. So it's pretty different now for me.
I love it. I love it. Absolutely. And he was teaching you back then about learning to be
Yes.
comfortable with being uncomfortable, or vice versa, right? You got to get
Exactly.
uncomfortable first and be comfortable with it. Yeah. So absolutely. Well, thank you. Thank you for sharing that. That was awesome.
Of
And no
course.
matter how many times you were able to do it, if you just did it just one time, it's so empowering, right?
Yes, it is.
Yes, it
Just,
Just
is.
owning that,
Mm-hmm.
yes.
did you get loud?
Yeah, I had to shut my door.
It looked like you cutting your eye at somebody. You have to cut.
Yeah.
Some people wasn't ready for that, huh?
No, they weren't ready for that. And then I guess she was like, the hell she doing over there? None of you. Owning this, yes, that's what I was
I'm
doing.
saying, yeah, my authentic,
Right,
yes, that's what I'm doing.
right. Exactly.
Yes. Kim, talk to us
Mm,
about yours. Hmm?
She
mm,
went home.
mm. Um, well, mine was just communicating with people. And I mean, actually, it's kind of just like Erica's, just having conversations, because I don't honestly like talking to people. So me having an important conversation with someone and letting them know my thoughts and feelings, and just laying it out there. And I mean, I own my yes. I stuck to what I said I meant, and that's pretty much it. I mean, I don't have a problem saying yes in the bedroom, because I tell you what I want, because I need to have that. Thank you. But when it comes to talking to people about certain, issues, then, owning that yes and meaning that yes is where, I lack. But I got that yes together and got them together too.
So you're saying since we saw each other last week, you
Mm-hmm.
were able to take that practice and move it into your everyday life. You actually spoke to someone
Mm-hmm.
and said a authentic yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You have to think, when you talk to certain people, I'm not really confrontational, but I guess I can be. But when it's like, I kind of back down a little bit when maybe they know a little bit more than me. Maybe they're talking the real facts about whatever the situation may be. But when you know what you're talking about, you cannot allow anyone else to sit up there and sway you otherwise when you know what the truth is. So, saying the yes and meaning that yes, and then now I'm just telling people to have a quality day. Now you take it or you don't.
Have a quality day. I
I
love
like
it.
that. I like that about Kim, because
Yes.
I have a problem when she allow other people to sway her off because they have more knowledge than her. You're
Mm-hmm.
not dumb. You equal up. You could equal up and stand up to them too. So for her to own that, like, that makes me happy, because she'll back down, and you can stand toe to toe with people too, even if you don't have the education or you don't have the background. You still have the say so to stand up, even up with them, no matter what education or what background they come from. So for
Yeah.
me, that she did that, like, that's like, what?
All right, Kim.
Right.
So
Right.
Kim, take us back. Take us back to the practice. How was the practice for you? How often did you do it?
Well, I started since the last time. I now sit with myself and I breathe more. I now think about, I usually think about, but now I really think about what I'm going to say. So I'll let people know, especially if we're in a heated conversation, give me a second, because I need to think about what I'm about to say, because it might not come out cute. So me owning what I'm about to say and standing on what I say, I mean, that's pretty much how it goes.
I
Any
love
other time I'm like, okay, well, no, not this time. Like, so now I'm breathing more, I'm thinking about it more, and I'm using it in my daily life now.
Yeah, I love it.
Okay.
Conscious breathing, being able to breathe in a
Mm-hmm.
way where it allows you to just kind of put a pause
Mm-hmm.
between your emotions
Mm-hmm.
and what it is that you're thinking, right? Because when we're caught up in our emotions, we can say and or do things that's out of character, or
Yes.
things that we really didn't desire to do,
Right.
but for you to say, I need to take a step back, I need to breathe, I need to go intimately into me, I see, right? Into myself, so I can see, how am I feeling, what's going on with me, and with that breath, it allows us to have conscious choice, you
Right.
know, conscious choice. I love these practices where, they move us from unconscious chance
Mm-hmm.
to conscious choice,
Mm-hmm.
right? And so these practices, they build on each other. And when we're able to just simply stop and breathe, it's so powerful.
It
You
is.
can save yourself from so much drama,
Mm-hmm.
so much anger, so much confusion. I mean, living life can be stressful enough, you know? And
Mm-hmm.
you don't have to fly off to some exotic island to get your peace. You can create it right within yourself,
Right.
Mhm.
right? And so Right. And so that's good. I'm glad that you were able to sit with yourself, pause,
Mm-hmm.
take a minute, and then say, all right, come here. We need to
Mm-hmm.
talk.
Right.
Woody, woody, woo.
Yeah.
And bam, that's it. Drop the mic. I'm
Yeah.
out of here.
And it was kind of like that though. It was like how you said it, pretty much how it went. Like, yeah, I said what I said and dropped the mic and I walked off. Now you gonna take it, you gonna sit in it, and you gonna own it, or you not.
Right. Choice, either or. No big deal. And what did you say? You tell people to have what kind of a day?
Have a quality day.
And have a I'm gonna write that. I'm gonna do that. Have a
Have a
quality
quality
day.
day.
I
Mm-hmm.
love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. That's good. That's beautiful. Well, I'm proud of both of you for doing the practice. I don't know. Um, I hope some of the women, the audience was able to take that practice and do it. If they did not, you have opportunity to do it again today.
Correct.
Because what we're going to
Yes.
do is we're going to build on the practices. So I teach foundational practices before we could start owning our pleasure and tapping into all of the sexual pleasures and asking for what we want and doing these things. There's foundational practices that I teach. And one is conscious breath, learning what that is, right? And meditation, being able to sit with yourself,
Mm-hmm.
right? And just be aware, right? To be the observer of what's going on within inside of us. That's what the meditation brings. And then that final practice is awareness of the energy that we've been talking about, this energy that lies within us. And to be able to direct this energy, consciously, not just breathing, but really consciously going into yourself intimately
Mm-hmm.
and working with that energy again. It can create such wonders, such healings, not just for ourselves, but also for the world, because it's not just about, keeping this to ourselves, because when I'm able to connect intimately with myself, then I can connect to another person. And then when I can connect with another person, it heals them. And then they connect, right? Right.
Right.
It's for the greater good of mankind. So just putting that out there. So what we're going to do today is undulating, right?
Okay.
So undulating is where we're going to tap into our Kundalini energy, which is our feminine energy, right?
Okay.
It is our sexual energy. And so we're going to connect the yes meditation, we're going
Okay.
to connect the breathing, and we're going to undulate, right? And so undulating is a movement of our hips. It's a movement of our hips. It's a thrust of the hips, mimicking a sexual move, right? But it really is, if you almost think of it like, if you think of it like a hula hoop, you know how a hula hoop, if you don't really get into it and roll the
Yeah.
right way, it's
Hang
going
on,
to
Nora.
fall. You got it. And I used to struggle with hula hoops,
Me
all over the place and trying to get it. And I'm like, oh, and then it fell to the ground, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
so it's not going to be as hard as a hula hoop, but it's the mindset of when you're moving, what you
Okay.
should keep in your mind is that you're trying to direct the Kundalini energy. The Kundalini energy lies within the base of our spine,
Okay.
per Eastern cultural practices, right? So it lies at the base of our spine. And then what we do is with the conscious breath is we're directing that energy with movement and ha, ha, right sounds,
together.
right? Really thrusting it. And the more you take in the breath and the more you thrust it out, the more you move that energy. And then you get into it, right? So you know what? I can show you better than I
Okay.
can tell
It's
you.
all
Okay.
right.
Okay. Okay.
So you know what? Ladies,
Okay.
get up.
Okay.
Let's do
Okay.
some Kundalini.
Okay.
Let's do some Kundalini.
Kundalini. Okay.
Move out
So
your
you stand
chair.
up? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
stand up. I'm gonna move my chair and stuff out the way.
I'm kind of tall here.
Okay. So before
Okay.
I start, because I'm gonna put some music on for us, okay?
Okay.
So ladies, and ladies at home, So again, remember I said that Kundalini energy starts at the base. It's at the base of the spine. And so what we're doing with this life force energy that's already like an undercurrent within our bodies, we're tapping into it so it can move through some of the energy centers. We have an energy center here. We have an energy center here. We have one here, right? And we have more. But again, as we start from the root, and as we start from the creation center, which is our yoni, right? And as we start, we want to just thrust. So I want you all just to thrust. Just thrust. There you go. Look at Kim. You know what, Kim? I need you to behave, okay? See, she ready to come on. Ooh. Right. So all you're doing, you know, Erica, and it's a little bend in the knee. I know you can't see full body, but you just thrust, right? Just a thrust, you know.
Okay.
Let me dig it in. Just you know, pop, pop. Remember, pop that coochie.
Oh, my knees cracking.
Right.
That's all you're doing, right? And I want you to freely just move your arms, right? Just move and just pop it. Just pop it, right? And then what you're doing is connected to the breath. Huh. As you thrust. Huh. Let me hear you.
Huh. 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 Okay.
Huh.
On me, sister.
Huh. You don't have to do it together, right? Just as you thrust, do this at your own pace, depth and rhythm. So as you thrust, let me hear you go with a huh. Huh.
Huh.
Huh.
Huh.
Huh.
Huh.
Right?
I don't hear you, Erica.
Huh. So that's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. Okay, so stop. Now I'm going to turn on the music and I'm going to guide you. And what I want you to do is I want you to try your best. I know we're in front of everybody. Everybody's looking at them. Are these women popping their coochies on?
Yes, that's what we doing.
Talk about give us a hug.
They're doing the nasty over there. Hold on.
Right.
Wait a minute, right? So I'm going to turn on the music in a minute. We're just going to be here for about 2 or 3 minutes, not real long. And I'm just going to guide you through it. We're going to start slow, right? And then as I tell you to go faster, change your rhythm, change your speed, change your vocals, okay? So it's going to be a huh, because we're going to start a little slow. Then huh, huh, huh. We're doing this at different paces. So don't try to mimic anyone. Stay in your own space, okay? So you may huh as I'm going, yes, okay?
Right.
So I'm just saying,
right.
So anybody got any questions before we get started?
You might just have to tell me what part to say again, because I might get in the groove of one thing and forgot to say the other.
Listen,
so
I'm going to guide
yes.
you.
When we said a yes.
I'm going to guide you. We're going to start with huh?
Okay.
Right? And then we're going to build our way up to a yes. Yes.
Okay.
So I'll coach you. I'll guide you through it. Okay. All right. So here we go.
What is that?
And if it helps, you can close your eyes,
Oh, I can't do that because if I close my eyes, I might not come back.
And then I might fall.
I don't want you to fall. I don't want you to fall. My little speaker went off. Bear with me 1 second.
Okay. I might fall down.
Let's not fall down. Let's not do that.
Here we go.
We be singing we fall down.
Right.
Can you hear that?
No, ma'am. Okay, wait a minute.
What I want you to do, take your hand and put it right here on your creation, either your vagina.
Oh, go lower. Right? Oh, okay.
I just want you to thrust. Just thrust. Now, after you thrust, maybe about 2 or 3 times, right? Let out a nice huh. 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 Just do that a couple more times. Let me hear you.
Oh, sorry.
Let me hear you. Yes. Now I want you to go a little bit faster. Maybe just come out the rhythm of just that slowness and just build up.
Okay.
And here you go. Yes.
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 Go deeper.
Yes.
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 Go deeper, almost like that
Yes.
motion we were talking about.
Yes.
Yes. Bend your knee.
Yes.
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 Yes. Bring the energy up.
Yes.
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 Move it up
Yes.
the body. Yes. Let me hear you.
Yes.
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 Come on, a couple
Yes.
more minutes. Yes.
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 Yes. Take a
Yes.
deep breath in.
Yes.
Yes. Breathe in. Yes. When you
Yes.
exhale,
Yes.
let out heat.
Yes.
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 Breathe in. Yes.
Yes.
Exhale. Yes.
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 Now go. Yes.
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 Yes. Let me hear you.
Yes.
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 Yes. Thrust.
Yes.
Yes.
Come on, Erica.
Yes.
Yes.
Thrust. Come
Yes.
on, Kim.
Yes.
Thrust.
Yes.
Pull your arm.
Yes.
Yes.
Thrust. Go up in the
Yes.
air. Yes.
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 Where's
Yes.
the energy? Yes.
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 Yes. Slow
Yes.
down a little. Yes. Yes. Now slow down. Come to a complete stillness. Take your hands and put it by your side. Kim, stop dancing. Put your
Okay.
hands by your side. And now I want you to take in a nice deep breath. In through the nose and out of the mouth. Let's do that 3 more times. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. And then exhale all the way. The next time you inhale, imagine the air coming in from the earth, all the way up through the vagina, all the way up to the top of the head. And when you exhale, imagine the air going all the way back down through the body, out of the vagina, onto the floor, and back into the earth. And one last time, at your own pace, breathe in from the earth, allowing the air to come in through the vagina, through our yonis, all the way up to the top of our head, right, which is a energy center, and then all the way back down, washing over our energy center like rainwater. And when you're ready, you may open your eyes and bring your awareness back into this space.
Ooh.
Is undulating. Thank
Oh,
you,
that was
ladies.
different.
Good job. Okay, we can sit back down. Kim, I don't know what are we gonna do with Kim?
I
Sorry.
don't know.
Sorry. And get my life together. Sorry. Okay. Let me get
We're
back on
just
here.
gonna we're just
Let
gonna
me be
roll with
normal.
that's it.
I need a little water.
Ooh, it's sweet.
Yes. So,
Ooh,
how was that?
yeah, that warm.
I know.
A little more.
Ah,
Yeah,
Whew,
warm.
that
yeah.
is.
I got a little sweat going on, just a little bit. Hmm. So,
That works the area that you never knew that works. Like it just the energy to breathe in. Like
Uh-huh.
yeah,
it's what down
yeah.
there.
Look, look, moist. Yes, yes. It's okay. Yes.
Were you able to get into it, Erica?
Yeah, it was good. I mean, it was different. Like I felt, yeah, it's different.
You get warm down there, sister. You get warm. Yes.
Or
Is
even
that
just
is
the
that
body?
supposed to is you that's supposed to happen now? It's supposed to get
There
warmer?
is no supposed to with this practice. It's you just meet whatever happens with curiosity, right? Some people
Okay.
feel something, they feel their heart just tends to open up and they kind of get lost, right? So we just did a little sample, right?
Mm-hmm.
But we in my practices, we're doing this for 5 or 6, 7 minutes.
Oh,
And
okay.
then just to get into the rhythm of it and get lost and feel it, emotions build up and their heart opens, and sometimes there's tears, right? Sometimes they feel the energy right here in their stomach and they just really going with it, right? Sometimes there's even, and I don't mean to be funny, but it really has happened. There's a release of gas, right? Because, now all of this has been trapped and now it's free,
Oh, okay.
Hey,
Okay.
let it
Yeah.
out. Hey, the
Yeah.
air has to come out.
Yeah.
I love
Right.
it.
Yeah.
Sometimes, right, you do feel the energy in your creation, in your vulva, in your yoni, right?
Uh-huh.
And sometimes that's stimulated. So it's just, there's no supposed to, but it
To
is a
feel.
practice where you really become conscious to
Mm-hmm.
the breath and the
Right.
energy, and you feel warm, and you're like, wow.
Right.
And you're tapping into some endorphins and some oxytocin and different feel-good hormones.
Yeah, I got all.
All of that. How was it for you, Kim?
Yeah, I like all that. Yeah. See, I just get to, I just feel warm down there. So, that I just go with it because that's what it's supposed to do for me. Okay. So go
What
with it.
are we gonna do with her?
I don't know. I don't know. I love it. Yeah, and so this was just a small sample of what it's like to really connect to your sexual self, your
Mm-hmm.
pleasurable self,
Mm-hmm.
intimately, to sit and breathe in meditation, to just, be aware of what's going on in our bodies,
Mm-hmm.
and directing the breath and being aware and conscious and really listening. And then energy awareness to know that this energy lies within me and I can use this energy for
Mm-hmm.
a more refined purpose in my life just by becoming conscious to it. You set your intention, you do the practices. I mean, yes, it's a little bit more involved than what I've shown here, but this is just a sample. And I'm able to just put it out there and direct that energy. You just feel so damn good. You feel relaxed, you feel comfortable, you feel energetic. And that's the same energy that is aroused from sex, right? When you literally have an intercourse. But here's the difference between having an orgasm. When you have an orgasm, you release, and then
Mm-hmm.
that you ready to go to sleep. Most
Right.
Yeah, you do go to sleep
Right.
after.
you're like,
Yeah.
"Woo, give me a towel, baby. Woo,
Yeah.
give me some
Yeah.
water. I'm gonna take a
Yeah.
little nap." Oh man,
Right.
right? Give me
Yeah.
a
Right.
few minutes. And so this is not about using this energy to deplete you. This is
Mm-hmm.
about having an orgasm, right? To be
Mm-hmm.
able to take that energy and direct it internally within yourself. And so now you're having an orgasm and you're feeling energetic consistently, you know,
Oh, okay.
sexual enlightenment, right? Getting to that place in space, right? Where
Mm-hmm.
we're owning it, living it, and man, sharing it. Own
Mm-hmm.
it, live it, and share it. Yep. So love it. Thank you, ladies. You guys did awesome. Yay. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you still there, Erica?
Yeah, I'm still here.
Oh, okay. I couldn't tell if your sound
Yeah,
had
I'm
went out.
still here.
Yeah.
I'm just
So what's your thoughts? What's your thoughts on all of the practices that we've done?
it's good. I mean, I really enjoy the energy. Just
Mm-hmm.
feeling that energy, just tapping into
Right.
that inner person
Mm-hmm.
and that inner you,
Mm-hmm.
and allowing your heart to open up and allowing your yoni to open up and just love. That's all, especially because we hold on to our feelings and our hearts so much till we don't want to share, but it's okay to open up. And the whole meditation thing, just to get in the inside of you and just get all that out. And like you said, once you get all that goop, that gunk and stuff
That
out of
gunk
it,
out.
everything it start flowing like a river. So once
Yeah.
that energy, you meditate and you get that energy moving, you can open your heart up again and not feeling like you don't want to love no more or don't want to feel that energy. So yeah, I like it. It's just for me, like when we talk about certain things for me, I shy away from it. So this kind of makes me get in that uncomfortable place
Mm-hmm.
because all the time I don't tap into that inner person. So just taking the time to meditate and to get everything flowing and moving, it releases all that negative
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and really like just having a whole lot a couple of weeks for me and just sometimes meditating and just taking that energy to move all of that out of me have really been helpful for me, that I can think clearly and
Mm-hmm.
make the right decisions. So it's been moving the energy has been really, it's for me is the beyond sex, and we can look at sex and that's what it's all about, but it's the feminine expression, but all that goes along with it of moving the energy and tapping inside of you. And I
Right.
don't tap inside of Erica all the time.
Right.
So
But
just
step
meditating and just, being there for a while, it helps.
absolutely. No more will we allow society or other people to define us.
Mm-hmm.
You have enough power and forethought within to define yourself and to define your life. That is the gift that God gave us, is choice. You
Mm-hmm.
know, free will, right? To go out and to create, the life that He's given us, to create it the way you want, you know? And now you have a choice on, how am I going to do it? Am I going to be limited and
Mm-hmm.
set and defined by what society say? Or will I say, thank you, society, for teaching me what you taught me, but now I know more. I'm a little bit wiser. Like you said, Erica, we may not be as intelligent as that person or this person, but we got enough smarts within us,
To
to
stand with the
know the
best.
type of life. And if there's some book stuff we don't know, it's okay to say, I don't know that. I'm not aware of that, but teach me, show me, I'm open to it. But you are smart enough to know, who Erica is supposed to be
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
and the type of life that she wants to live, feminine expression, right?
Mm-hmm.
Expressing yourself fully and authentically.
And
Mm-hmm.
owning your shit.
Yep.
Come on now. Kim, how were the overall practices for you? What were your thoughts?
uh See, for me, it's more it's the energy, but it's trying to see if I can get warm down there on my own. That's I think that's pretty much it. I just like the feeling that it gives, like you said, the endorphins. I definitely feel all that, and then it's like, okay, what we about to do next? Because I might need to go and get this off of me. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So then I can
And
go to sleep.
and these so she can go to sleep. These practices, which are tantric practices of
Mhm.
mind, body, spirit, these practices is to elevate you and take you higher. And when you do these practices, you can also do it with a partner, and it can definitely intensify lovemaking,
Mhm.
or whatever
Right.
sex,
Whatever. Okay.
whatever it is you want to
Yeah.
call
Whatever.
This should say whatever.
Yeah. Whatever it is.
it. And it can definitely intensify. Can you imagine if we teach our children how to become in touch, how to get in touch with themselves, and
Oh,
how
no.
to block out the noise of the world, and how to be
Mm-hmm.
in tune with them? Can you imagine the strong Black babies we would have? You
Right.
know, can you imagine that?
Very.
Right.
There will be so I feel like kids are already intelligent, but if they will really just tap into the inner selves and just know that I don't have to take this from a man, or I don't have to walk behind a man. I could walk in front of him. Or better yet, I could walk beside you equally.
Mhm. Right.
Like just show them that inner strength, and that's what as our girls, that's the things that we have to teach them, because they feel like they still have to walk behind a man or take what a man ditch out. Nope,
Yeah.
you powerful enough and you strong enough to make decisions on your own too. So
Right.
you can be that woman and stand on your own and say I got it, and stand on your own 10 toes and make decisions, and not have to accept some things that men ditch out.
Yeah, that was old school thinking. Men at once upon a time, men did own our sexual energies. They
Yep.
did, because
Mhm.
they were the ones that brought home the bacon. They were the ones that controlled the finances. They were the ones that told us what to do, how to dress. We created this life that was to please men and make them happy. They owned so much of our sexual pleasures, our identity, you know, and it still trickles down from generation to generation where our young girls still think that their place is to please their man solely, you know,
Right.
Instead of themselves.
forgetting about their own pleasure, you know. We still fake orgasms because we so consumed with what does he think?
Thank you.
Well, I don't want him thinking I'm not happy, or I don't want him thinking this, that okay, has he been down there too long, you know, doing oral pleasure? Let me just go on and fake it because maybe his jaw hurts, or maybe and I'm just giving out
Your job hurt
examples
here.
of, you know, but there are women out there who still,
Yeah.
you know, live for the men. We see it in pornography. I think we talked about this. We see it in
Yep.
pornography. The women are there to perform for the
The
men,
men, yeah.
right?
Mhm.
The men may give her oral pleasure, but
But
he
it
ain't
ain't
really doing it
long.
right, and it ain't long. But the woman, she's expected to take it all the way in, all down her throat, and it's
So
coming up
everything
her
else.
Yep.
ass,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And for the women that enjoy that, it's nothing wrong with that. Don't get me wrong. I'm not shaming anybody. I'm not knocking anything. But what I'm also speaking to is the women whose pleasure are almost like a urban legend that's so lost, that's, you know, unheard of, that's been forgotten.
And
Mm-hmm.
that's what the thing come in at, as women, we always taught not to be, we can't cry, we have to be strong, we
Right.
can't do this and we can't feel this, or if you and your feelings, when you express to a guy how you feel about things, they tell you, oh, you and your feelings, because I know that has happened to me. I'm expressing how I feel and what I feel like you doing X, Y, and Z. Oh, you and your feelings. These are my feelings, and I'm supposed to feel what I feel. But the world and it have taught us as women we not supposed to feel. We not supposed to cry. We not supposed to be emotional. Hell, I'm a cry because that need to come out.
Mm-hmm.
And we
I agree.
supposed to express ourselves, you know.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
we kind of evolved. If we come from where the man was, you know, where the woman stayed home and worked and the man went out. I mean, the woman stayed home and took care of the home and the children, right? And
Right.
was pretty and kept on the makeup and stayed nice and thin and had dinner ready for her man. You know, we evolved from that to now the working class woman, where we're going out and we're bringing home the bacon and frying up in the pan and still letting our man know that he's still a man. I don't know if you guys know that commercial, but that's what I grew up on. That
Yeah.
was a Charlie, you know, perfume. You know, I can fry home the bacon and bring and fry it up in the pan and never let my man forget that he's a man because I'm a woman. I mean, it was like, wow, and I loved it. But still somewhere in there, you know,
Mm-hmm.
the woman's pleasure was still stagnant. It was still
Still
limited because,
mhm.
like you said, you know, women are all good until they start getting all into their feelings. Like,
Feelings.
now you're wronging me for feeling, you're wronging me for wanting. And so what do? We shut up.
Yep.
We dumb down, as they say, dumb down.
Right. Because, you know, then they tag us as being drama queens, or they tag us as being nags, or they
Mm-hmm.
tag us with all of these negative statements that, you know, keep us limited. And no more are we doing that.
Right. No more.
We
Oh,
tapping into ourselves. That's what we
oh.
doing.
Yes, we are. And it is our charge as women,
Yep.
especially Black women, to
Yep.
spread the word. We have to pick up the mantle and carry on the charge of helping another woman to believe in herself, to love herself, and to own herself. You know, again, my mission is about helping women to own their sexual pleasures and or the experiences, right? So that they can feel confident, connected, and in control, right? So
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
that is
Yes.
all I have for us today, ladies.
Yes. I'm very excited. You have anything famous, favorite, fabulous co-host? Because you just over there just
I disagree, and just as happy as I want to be. Yeah, I feel high. You know, I ain't smoke nothing, but I feel high. So yeah. I'm good. I'm good.
You know, and even like us doing this and understanding the yeses and stuff, that I really, you know, for the here Kim experience, because I know she backed down on conversations and she backed down on people that, you know, feel like they're higher than her. And I just want her to know that, you know, you can stand toe to toe with somebody with a master's. You can stand toe to toe with somebody with a bachelor's. You may not have those degrees, but you have the you. And we all are different as people anyway. So we all bring something different to the table. But for her, I need her to know that you can stand up with somebody with a master's, because I have a master's, and me and you stand toe to toe with me. So I feel like you should stand toe to toe with anybody else that has a master's or have any kind of degree, because you are you. So
Having a master's and or PhD in life and my life
Right.
experience, right?
Right.
And sometimes you can have all the book smarts that you want.
you could have the dumb smart.
PhD, a master's degree does
Yes.
not determine your intelligence. That just
True.
means that you're really, really good in this area. Right?
That's it.
You're
Right.
really good
Right.
in this area. But that doesn't mean you know everything now about life, you know? So
That's
yeah,
true.
right. So I honor and celebrate anybody wherever they are on this thing called life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because
Try
we all
to
experience it different. We all
different. Right.
learning it. We all trying to evolve to that next level.
Right.
Whatever
And
that next level is for you.
absolutely. And like you said, it's all different. Our paths are different, and that's okay.
Yep.
It is not for us to try to tell somebody what they should or should not do, especially
Right.
when we haven't evolved, right?
Right.
Now, and unless they ask for your opinion, that's different, you know. But we got to be careful with the shouldas and
Good.
you
Right.
know,
I
and the
agree.
would'ves and the could'ves, you know.
Yeah.
Don't should'ves. Keep your shoulds to yourself.
Yeah.
Because I
I
don't
like
want
that.
them. I don't
Yeah.
want them.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
That's what, and I just want to say thank you so much for
Yes.
coming on the Give a Sister a Hug platform to share this with all our ladies that's sitting down that's listening to it, because we all on different paths. And this could the inner and the outer for all of us in the bed or outside of the bed. And it may
Right.
for some women it may be more on the outer, because you have some women that still struggling with standing on their own and being okay to stand on their own and not feeling like, oh well, I can't do that, so I'm a shy back. But no, you can do it. You just bring it differently. You just bring something different to the table. So that's what we wanna share with the ladies that sitting down listening. You don't have to be where we at, because we all in different places right now in our lives. But you're gonna evolve in your way. And we just wanted to bring this up not only for sex, just our expressing ourselves as ladies, because we are told that we can't express ourselves. And that's not
Right.
true. So
Because
that's
your
all
voice
I have.
matters.
absolutely. Yeah, Kim, you're right.
Yep.
Absolutely.
So if you have anything before we leave, um,
I'm good. I just want to thank her because she was awesome. I listen, just replay the ones, to learn something. You know, maybe I missed something in the, while we was breathing or something. But outside of that, thank you for coming on here, because this is something that's definitely needed in the Black community. So we are grateful for you. So thank you, and thank you.
And I thank you for the opportunity to be on your platform to share it to women, because again, we're charged as women to help one another, but especially we as women of color and Black women to go out there and heal the world and help one another, So I thank you both so much. I celebrate you both so much. And I'm honored and grateful that I found two new sisters, right? So
Yeah.
you guys are
we're a little
beautiful.
crazy, but
Spirit, I love your energy, and I want us to stay connected and in touch.
yes. So
Yes.
we're gonna leave. You have any positive word for us before we leave? We want to leave on something positive. What you got? sister.
All positive. Let me see. When you masturbate,
Okay.
every time you masturbate,
Okay.
you set a pussy free.
Okay. That part.
That
Yes.
part right there.
Right.
That's it.
Yes. Yes.
So y'all
That's
have a good night. On that note, with the mic drop, on that note,
it.
thanks for
Right.
tuning in to Wind Down Fridays. We'll give us a hug. I'm your girl,
Mhm.
Author Erica. I have my fabulous co-host on with me. And y'all, good night. And thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.
Good night.